Lecture by CYC Chen Cynthia. You can pause anytime you need. 你可以随时按下暂停键。Hello everyone, today we are going to do the watercolor. So, before the class, here has something you have to check out. So, about the paper, alright? So, make sure you are using the watercolor paper. Normally, they will write the watercolor on the cover of the book. Okay, even you have the different blends, it's okay. So, you will see the watercolor on the cover. Alright, so they are the watercolor papers. So, you are not going to use the sketch pad, even the printing paper. They are not the right media for the watercolor. Alright, so first of all, you have to check the paper. Alright, and you have to use the hands to touch the paper, front and the back. So the front is a little bit textures, rough. So you will see the texture is a little bit rough on the front, and the back will be very, very smooth. Nothing on it. So don't use the wrong side of the watercolor paper. Alright, so that is about the paper. Then, if you want to outline, right, everyone. When you got your paper all set, you need to have the pencils and erasers. Okay, so today we're gonna do the windows. So you are going to do the windows and what you see from the windows. Alright, so we're gonna do the windows all together, but you're gonna add in the view by yourself. Alright, so first of all, I need to borrow a fingers. Alright, so let me place my fingers on the side and add in a spot. Another fingers right there. A finger space on the bottom corner. One fingers. Alright, the same thing on the right. One fingers. One fingers. Then the top, same thing, one fingers, one fingers. Alright, so we will have 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we have to imagine. Imagine what? Imagine we have a ruler. We're gonna use our hands to connect the points with a straight line. So we pretend that we have the ruler. Try to make the line as straight as we can. All the way down and stop. When you touch the point and stop. Okay, we do the same thing on the right. From the top points, straight down, slow, and make sure they look very, very straight. All the way down and stop. See? My 2 vertical line, maybe they are not perfect, but they looks like straight. There's no bumpy line, right? Everything looks smooth and goes down. Alright? Then we're gonna connect the top points with the straight line as well. 1, 2. Okay? So again, we're gonna make the line very, very straight. No bump it. Try your best. And join the corner. Same thing on the bottoms. From the left, straight, 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 all the way to the right corner, right here. So we got a rectangular right here, a rectangle. Okay, and this doesn't look like the window. This is the frame of the windows. Alright, so pretend, imagine we have a ruler. So we're gonna divide the rectangle in half. Okay, so we have to find the center. Center on the top. Let's see. My right side looks slightly bigger than the left. So I'm gonna remove the points and move the point to the right a little bit. Okay, and let's see. Now they looks similar. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing at the bottom, half. So my right and my left look similar. So now I'm adding the line straight down from the top all the way to the bottoms. All right, so I'm gonna remove here a little bit. So I got 2, 1 and 2. All right, so we have to do 2 more boxes. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna add in a smaller rectangular in the right box. So see, I'm making the line very straight. I keep the size looks like the same. Okay, I keep the size looks like the same. So that is my left windows. And this is my right window. I'm gonna keep the box looks like the same. All right, it looks like the same. Try your best. In Magic, we have a ruler, but we freehand it. Just imagine we got the ruler, we make all the windows, all the frames look straight. Okay, so first of all, I want to connect the corner to corner, cut, corner to corner, cut, corner to corner, cut, corner to corner, cut. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're done with the windows. Let me place my pencil on the side. For now, we haven't done yet. We just placed the pencil on the side. All right, I want you to find the perimeter marker. So you will see here has the perimeter, or something looks like that. The perimeters, which means they are waterproof. All right, so I want you to find this marker to do what? I want you to use the fine marker, looks like this, to trace whatever we are doing. All right, we just follow the fly pencil line, trace on the windows. Okay, don't be rushed. Take it easy. We trace every single line that we have on the paper for now. Slow. We try to keep the paper clean and neat. So no one doing the rushing line. You're not going to create another new one. We just follow the pencil line that we did. Okay, just follow what we did right here. All right, now if you don't actually trace on top of the pencil line, now you can use the eraser to remove some of them to keep our drawing clean and neat. Okay, all right, you done? Perfect. So I want you to find the needle markers like this, like the needle, the thin markers. All right, but what if you don't have these thin markers? It's okay. You can find the pencil crayon, the black pencil crayon, either one. If you have the needle markers, use the needle markers. If you don't have, use the pencil crayon. All right, so what are we gonna do with these thin markers? All right, so we have the frames. Now we adding even the smallest one. That is the depth of the frames. So see, I use the thin markers to add in the lines around, and it's very thin. You see, I don't add this very big or thick. They are much more thin. And same thing, pretend, and in Magic we have a ruler. So we make all the lines straight. Okay, we make all the lines straight. Right here and right there. So we finished the left. Now I'm working on the right. Straight. If you are afraid to make the mistake, you can start with the pencils. It's okay. All right. Okay, so that's it. yeah, that's it. So it's the time for you to think about what do you have outside the window. Okay, so here has some idea for you, but you don't need to copy. All right, you don't need to copy. One more time. If you have a chance to looking out of the window, what do you see? Sometimes I will see the trees, sometimes I see the clouds, sometimes I see people walk on the street, right? Or maybe you can think something even more crazy. Maybe you see a unicorn outside your window, maybe you see a shark, maybe you see a fairy. All right, so now it's the time for you to tell me, what do you see outside the window? All right, so you're gonna add in the graphics into this box and that box, left and right. Nothing on the front. Okay, you only do the graphic inside right here. Okay, so now you can begin to think about it. What do you see outside the window? Okay. Okay, so before you finish, let's see mine first. Okay, so outside my window, I see my neighbor, and he has the pathway so he can walk through it. And I do have some trees, so make them look like the forest, but not too much tree, okay? So I don't have to taking care of too much wild animals, all right? Then I can see there is something, the city. The city is somewhere far, far away, so I only can see the outline. And I do have a hot air balloon right there. That is my windows, all right? And I believe you have something even more interesting, all right? And here has a small detail. I added a lock for my window. So I can lock my window, okay? But that will be the optional. Feel free if you need one, all right? If you want to place something in front of your windows, like the water pops or something, or the glass or a book, your choice. You can add in some decoration for your windows, all right? So for the next part, we are going to have our 3 minutes water break, okay? If you are not able to finish your drawing, take your time. You can keep going to do it with in the water break, all right? But after 3 minutes, after the water break, we will coming back to do the watercolors all together. But what if you don't have the watercolors tools? Don't worry, if you don't have one with you right now, you can use the markers or pencil crayon to do the coloring. Okay, so enjoy your 3 minutes water break, and I will going to see you all in 3 minutes. Alright, now is our water break. During the water break, you can complete your work drinking some water, use washroom, stretch your body, and get ready for the next sections. Alright, and don't forget to coming back when the timer is done. Use your break time wisely, okay? Don't waste the time just sitting right here. Our water break is almost over. Make sure you got everything ready for the next sections. Almost the class. Get ready for the next part.
3, 2, 1.
Before we start to color our watercolor, that's it, our tools. You need to have the watercolor brush, like huge, big, medium, and small. And make sure the watercolor brush is very soft, okay? If you choose the watercolor brush like the grass, it is not the watercolor brush. It's just the painting brush for oil painting and the acrylic. So make sure your watercolor brush is soft. So that's for the watercolor, okay? With different sizes. All right, then we need to have the napkin or the towel to dry our water brush because we are going to use a cool water to mix the color and wash the brushes. All right, so make sure the water is no temperatures, has to be very, very cool. All right, then you need to have your watercolor. So you can have your watercolor like this tray. So sometimes it looks big, sometimes it looks small, or you will see your watercolor pen like the tube, like this. All right, so whatever it looks like a tray or like the tube, it's okay. And you need to have a tray for what? To mixing the color on top of the tray. All right, so that's it. Do you got every single thing on the screens? If you do, make sure they are all on the set. Then we can begin to colors. Alright, so we got everything all set. Now we can start to color. So when we do the watercolor, we need water, right? So we always apply the water on the tray like this. See, you see the color, something that right there. And we add in the color we actually want. And mix the color with the water. See, it should be very, very liquid. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. It should be very, very liquid, like the juice. All right. If you feel like the color looks a little bit sticky, all right, like the yogurt, like the jelly, it is too rich. You have to mix more water to make sure the water color looks like the water color, right? So, and that's the first thing. Then the second thing is the size of the brush. See, I got a big one and small one. So pretend we are color the sky. Are you going to use this tiny brush to color the sky? No, it will be forever. You're going to color for so long. Okay? And let's see the big brush. Are you going to use this big brush to color the house? No, that would be too big. You are going to cover the house with one single color. You can separate the colors. So you have to make sure you use the right tools. So for my sky, all right, I need to have the middle brush so I can color it very quick and don't make the mistake, right? So see, I trace the outline first, very gentle. I trace around colors. And see the bottom part, I have so many details. I got the trees, so I have to be very, very careful. I'm not going to cover the tree with the blue color, right? So I'm gonna be very, very careful. All right, so I trace around, I trace around with the trees. Then I brush the color in between. See, I don't color on the tree. Okay, so same thing right here. I color around, I trace around. I'm not color inside the trees, and I'm very, very careful. I'm not rushing. Okay, then color inside. So here is another situation like this. If I accidentally has too much water, see, it's too much water. What can I do? Do I use the napkins? No. We use the brush, but we have to dry the brush. See, I dry the brush and remove the color, remove the water from the brush. See, I use the brush to remove it. Not the napkin, not the fingers, must be the brush. All right, so now it's your turn to try to color your windows. All right, again, good art always takes time. especially for the watercolors, you have to be very, very patient, okay? No one is rushing. Take your good time to finish your coloring. Okay, so when I finish the sky color, because the sky color is not totally dry yet, so I'm not going to color the tree because my green color will go through to the sky. So I have to wait until my blue color are totally dry so I can color the tree. But do I just sit here and doing nothing? No, I can color the ground. Because my ground color is not touching the sky, so I can color the ground first while I am waiting, right? So here has something tricky for you. I have the blue already, and I don't want to waste the blue right here. So what can I do with the blue? I add in yellow. Okay, I add in the yellow, mix the blue, you got the green colors. So I can use this green color to do the ground colors, right? So now I believe you know how to do it, okay? So sometimes you have to wait. The color are totally dry so you can color the next color. All right, so now you can keep going and we're almost there. Don't be rushed. Good art always takes time. Please don't mess up your joint. Keep your color like the professional artist. Okay, so that's it. I done most of my green colors. I have the ground, I have tree, I have the bush. But if I use the same green color, my picture will look so boring because everything looks like the same, right? So that's it. I have a bunch of different green. Some looks brighter, some looks a little bit bluish, some looks like the brownish, some looks super light. Okay, so if you have a bunch of the trees, grass, and the bush, make sure you're using different green for all of them. So make them look different. Okay, try not use the same green for all the different trees. All right, they deserve to have their own colors. Then I finish the biggest parts, and I think my brush is kind of a little bit too big to color somewhere small, like the detail, the frame of the doors, the hot air balloon. My brush is too big, so I'm gonna switch to my smallest brush. So same as you do, if you start to color somewhere pretty small and tiny, try to find your smallest brush to help you. All right, so again, good art always takes time. No one shouldn't be rushed for the artwork, okay? Okay, so when you finish the window, feel free to color the frames. All right, so feel free to color the frames. Okay, so when you finish, don't forget to find a spot to sign the names and write down the date. And see you next time, everyone. When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，更写上日期。Don't forget to take a photo of your drawing and send it to us. 不要忘记帮你的作品拍上照片寄给我们哦。And don't forget to clean out the table before you go. 不要忘记清洁你的桌子哦。Bye bye, see you next time.